All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Thursday Night Live Coin and Silver Auction with me, Raven of RavenHawk Coins. Hope everybody is doing well this evening, staying out of trouble. We got our goodies right here. Our early bird giveaway is going to be this 40%er from Panama. Then we have the Japanese shoe and the perfect ASE. Good to see Des Logic in the nest, Gary S., Steve LaPointe, Brian Jensen, Angie Crowell, Silver Slinky, Chew, Visterion, Coin Silver, Eric A., Ronald Rockamore, Brother Bill Driscoll, Chew, Angie Crowell, I think I said hi, but I'll say hi again, Harley Babe, Johnny T., Kane's Coins, Visterion, What's New, Invisible River Ranch, C.M. Silver, Shinbone 5000, Rubicon 6D. Good to see everybody. A big happy birthday and shout out to Create Craft Coins and Collectibles, ladies and gentlemen. Hardest man working mod in the business there. What's up, Silver Chupacabra? Brother Doug Wagner in the nest. Matter of fact, a quick happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Create Craft Coins and Collectibles. Happy birthday to you. What's up, James Warner? Wayne Lynn stepping in. How you doing, my friend? Chad Brookman, good to see you, brother. Frank Mons in the nest. Harley Babe, Den Mo, good to see you. Okay, so we're going to start off with our early bird giveaway. That is a Balboa. Adrian, this one's more like, yo, Adrian from Panama. What is going on with my camera? That's really weird. Okay, let's, I've never seen it do this before. Come on, man. All right, there we go. 1967 Panama BU 40%er. That's going to be our early bird giveaway. Really cool coin, to say the least. Get us a envelope to put it in. And I will turn on the night bot. Turn this on to live. Still dealing with the end of that cold. What's up, cool things? Hey, Chris Helms, Steve Hendricks, Jay Money, Gator Train Chaser, MR, Scorpio. All right. Let me get this ready for you guys, and I'll be back in just a minute. I'm going to grab something to sip on while we're doing our auction. We'll have our first winner. RavenHawk Coins. Stay tuned. All right. See Joe Overly in the nest. Michael LeFew, Flying Dutchman, Brother Dutch, Yock Snav is here. Ricky the Scrawny, Fleabag. Good to see you, Wolf Tracks. And if I missed anybody, I apologize. What's up, Roy Boy? Christopher Sherman. Good to see you, my friend. All right, let's see who our first... What's up, Emil? Our first winner is in 3, 2, 1. Darren Wilkinson. MLZB. Holy cow. Long time no see, brother. Booyah. Chad Brookman, ladies and gentlemen. Chad Brookman is our first winner tonight with the early bird giveaway. Congratulations to Chad Brookman. All right. Yeah, pretty cool. Get over here. Turn that off. And we are good to go. All right, first item on the night. Let me get my headphones. I got my trash can in the wrong spot. I'm a little discombobulated. But let's get rolling. All right. First item on the night coming up. How you doing, Inglorious? Is the 1964. Now, I'm not sure why, there we go, why this is not, my camera doesn't want to cooperate, it seems. There we go. Now we can see it. 1964 Japanese 1,000 yen. That's Mount Fuji there. It's 92.5% silver. So it is sterling. Guys, J-Dog with a $5 super chat says, "You didn't know? You better call somebody, brother." All right, so that is the first item up for grabs. Thank you, J-Dog. I appreciate you, brother. We'll get the description. There is 0.59, so it's over a half ounce of silver, almost 2/3. Guys, James Warner, 42 months as a Silverhawk. What a ride. The nest is the best. Thank you, broski. You know what? I need to line this up better to where we can see everything. Let me see if I can make this work. Hi, Pep. Peppa, it's not the right time, kiddo. Hi, Peppy. All right. Now, Jack Covert, good to see you, brother. I don't know why this, the chat thing keeps trying to make us start, like I paste something in and then it moves it over, which is kind of irritating. All right, we're going to start the bid off at $1, ladies and gentlemen. Get your Georges on. Good luck, my friends. Joe Overly coming in at 25. LaPointe was in there at 5, but Overly in the lead at 25. Looking for at least 26 in the mix, my friends. What's up, Azita Silver? How you doing? So Joe's trying to hit me at literally below melt. Going once. Typical Overly maneuver. Going twice. But if he gets this for $25, he's getting an insane deal. All right, it's once. It's twice. It's 3 times for the Nesties. Jeff coming in with the Snope. Doug Wagner, I did get new batteries. Jeff in there at 26. Rockzilla trying to get in there. LaPointe at 29. Overly at 30, ladies and gentlemen. LeFew trying to get in there, but Joe in the lead at 30. Looking for 31. Going once. Joe Overly in the lead at 30. Looking for 31. Do we hear 31? LeFew at 31. Jeff at 33, ladies and gentlemen. Like he's Johnny T. Going once. Jeff in the lead at 33. Looking for 34. Going twice. If you guys are in the Oklahoma area, Overly coming in at 35. Holy cow, ladies and gentlemen. Going once. Going twice. Overly in the lead. No half Georges tonight. Last call for Mr. Owl. Key. Ho, 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 ho. Now, guys, LeFew coming in at 36 with the Snope. Jeff at 37 with a full George. Look out, my friends. Going once. Jeff in the lead at 37, going twice. Jeff at 37, looking for 38. Last call for Mr. Alcohol. Overly coming in at 38, ladies and gentlemen. Holy smokes, going once. What a Snope. He got it at the last second. Going twice. Last call. Jeff says, nope, nope, nope. I've got 39. Going once. Looking for 40. Going twice, my friends. Last call. Overly coming in at 40, ladies and gentlemen. Uh-oh. Going once. Joe in the lead. Going twice, my friends. Last call for Mr. Alcohol. Joe Overly in the lead. All in. Fair warning. Warning. This bad coin is sold to Joe Overly for 40 bucks. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Michael, and everybody else that bid. You guys are awesome. Thank you, Joe. I thought Joe was going to get that at the steal of the deal. All right, next item up, lot number 2. What's up, David Garcia? Very cool. Now, this one here, one of my favorites on the night, ladies and gentlemen. 1788, Mexico, 8 reals. It has killer chop marks on the obverse and the reverse. But I have to be honest and let you know, there's some scratching right here and some scratching right there. Somebody was a little rough on it. But you don't see that intense of chop marks that often. I do have a reserve on this one at 75 bucks. I think that's even pretty cool that, you know, even with the scratches, it's pretty fair. Good luck, my friends. Good luck. Cool Things coming in with the George at 75 and staying alive. Frank Mons coming in at 78, trying to make it great. Looking for 79 to make it fine. Mr. Mons in the lead, going once. Mr. Frank Mons. Cool Things coming in at 80, ladies and gentlemen. Cool Things with the George of his own. Says, I like it. Uh-oh. Going once. Cool Things in the lead at 80, looking for 81, going twice. Scorpio coming in at 81, looking for 82, going once. Scorpio in the lead, looking for 82, going twice, my friends. Frank Mons is out. Thank you, Frank. Last call for Mr. Alcohol. What's up, Richard Cornell? Guys, Scorpio in the lead. Cool Things coming in with the Snope at 82, like Mr. LeFew, going once. Cool Things in the lead at 82, looking for 83, going twice. Joe Musby says, whoever gets this one, congratulations. He likes the chop marks. Guys, Scorpio back on the run. Going once. Scorpio in the lead. Cool Things back and forth, ladies and gentlemen. We got a battle going on. Cool Things at 84, looking for 85. Going twice. Oh, Scorpio at 85, going once, looking for 86. Eric A trying to get in there. Scorpio just a little quicker on the draw. Looking for 86. Cool Things at 86, ladies and gentlemen. Going once to Cool Things. What's up, Ty McFadden? Going twice. Scorpio at 87, ladies and gentlemen. Going once. Scorpio at 87. Its auction is in battle mode early. Heck yeah. Guys, Cool Things coming in at 90, ladies and gentlemen. Going once. Going twice. Scorpio not backing down at 91. Going once. Thank you, Sam Wilson. I'm doing better than I was, brother. That's for sure. It was worse. Guys, Cool Things at 92. Looking for 93. I'm going to be at a coin show tomorrow and Saturday, Mustang, if you guys are in the area. Scorpio at 93, ladies and gentlemen. Going once. The battle continues. Who's going to end up with it? You just never know. Angie Crowell says, Eric A, don't play. Fighting for this choppy coin, says J-Dog. Going twice, my friends. Guys, Cool Things ain't backing down either. 94, looking for 95. Going once to Scorpio at 95. Ladies and gentlemen, this coin keeps running. What's up, Inkman? Going twice. Scorpio in the lead at 95. Last call from Mr. Al. Key. Ho, 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 ho. Going once to Cool Things. Scorpio at 97. Going once again. Going twice. Link doesn't like chop coins. Yeah, to each his own, my friend. Last call from Mr. Alcohol. Cool Things coming in with another. Scorpio at 105. Going once, ladies and gentlemen. Holy cow. Going twice. Looking for 110. When will it end, my friends? Scorpio in the lead at 105. Looking for 110. Cool Things is thinking about it. You never know. Scorpio at 105. Cool Things coming back at 110. Holy cow. 115 to Scorpio. Going once. Going twice. 3 times for Lady. And this darn thing, Cool Things is out, ladies and gentlemen. All in. Fair warning. This bad coin is sold to Scorpio for 115. What a battle, guys. Holy cow. Douglas Mandalas, how you doing? All right. Thank you, Scorpio. Very cool. Oh. Lot number 3. What's up, Vote for Pedro? Guys, don't forget this coming next weekend, we're doing the Wounded Warriors fundraiser hosted by none other than Vote for Pedro. Here we go. We got the 94 Mexico Nuevo Peso, 10 pesos. Darren Wilkinson, 11 months as a Copper Falcon. And these are gorgeous coins. You don't see them. Oh, I'm going to get the scope finally fixed real soon. Joe Overly is going to help me out. He's a computer guy. But he wasn't able to get here this week, but we're gonna get it done next week, and we'll finally have a scope again, which is nice. All right, on these I have a reserve bid at $40, ladies and gentlemen, because that is pretty much the best I can do. I'm voting for Pedro, says Johnny T. Guys, James Warner coming in at 40. Joe Mustby, have a great night, brother. Good to see you. Gary S. trying to get in there, but Jeff at 44. The bimetal coins, I have no real info about. What I think is what they do is they make the collar first, and then they press in the silver. That's kind of what I think is what they do. Jeff in the lead at 44. James Warner at 45. Coin reminds me of the casino tokens. Yep, exactly, J-Dog. Going once to James Warner at 45. Going twice, my friends. James in the lead at 45. Last call for Mr. Al. Key. Hall, ladies and gentlemen. Matter of fact, we have a couple of these up for grabs tonight. Guys, Jeff coming in at 47. Going once. So every time I put somebody's name in, it keeps putting the name of the person at the end of the sentence, and it's messing up my typing. It's driving me crazy. Going twice. Last call. Jeff at 47. All in. Fair warning. This bad coin. How you doing, Savvy Stacker? Is sold to Jeff for 47. Congratulations, brother. That's a cool one, man. So if it seems like my typing's a little slower, it's because I have to keep going back. It's really annoying. Yeah, Scorpio, it's really strange that it does that. And it does it about once every couple months. What's up, Mobile Coins? How you doing? Here's something we haven't had in a long time. A graded Civil War token, ladies and gentlemen. This thing is pretty cool. NGC slabbed and certified as an XF45 Brown. Got to get this in the right spot. I keep missing the spot for the... So I'm doing two different formats. There's vertical and horizontal. And on the vertical, you got to keep getting it in the right spot. So I need to find a way to... I guess I have to put a piece of tape down or something. Alright, let me get the description on this one. I have a reserve on this one at 55. Pretty much the cost of getting it graded. Alright, good luck, my friends. Good luck. Guys, Shinbone coming in right away at 55. Gary S. in the nest. Warner in the lead at 57. Gary S. trying to get in there, but James just a little bit quicker, looking for 58 to make it great. Cool Things at 60, ladies and gentlemen. Vote for Pedro and Shinbone trying to get in there, but Cool Things quickest on the draw. Looking for at least 61, 65, and staying alive with the mini bomb coming from Vote for Pedro, ladies and gentlemen. James Warner coming in at 66 in the mix. What we have here is failure to communicate. Cool Things coming in at 70, just a little quicker than Pedro, guys. Cool Things in the lead at 70, looking for 71. Dewey here, 71. Jack Covert at 71. Vote for Pedro at 75. Vote for Pedro in the lead, looking for 76. Going once. Big shout out and thank you to Jack Covert for letting us come and hang out with him down in Texas during Halloween. Had a chance to hang out with him and his family. We got to take the kids trick-or-treating. It was a really cool event, guys. Going twice, and Jack's a really cool dude. I had a lot of fun hanging out with him and his family. All right, guys. Last call for Miss Alki Hall. Vote for Pedro in the lead at 75. All in. Fair warning. Warning. This bad coin is sold to Vote for Pedro for 75. Ladies and gentlemen, Vote for Pedro with the win. Create Craft, that'd be cool, man. Vote for Pedro. All right. And I'm sure, I'm assuming, but Jack said, thank you, sir. It was great hanging with you, too. With y'all, too. Wounded Warrior. I figured vote for Pedro. He wants it for the Wounded Warrior auction. All right, I will put that with my stack of Wounded Warrior stuff that's sitting on the desk here. It is a good movie from the 70s. What's up, Renegade? But it is also part of the Guns N' Roses. They did a song called Civil War. What's up, Gleason's News? All right, guys, here we go. Next one up is the bigger shoe bar. Japanese Samurai Silver. Very cool little coin. I don't know why it says there's a reserve on this. Not for 50. I'm going to make the reserve for 40. I think that's fair. All right, guys. Finally, the left shoe says cool things. What's so civil about war anyways? That's for sure. Cool things coming in at 45. James Warner in there. Steve Herrera at 48. Warner trying to get back in there again. Cool things at 50, ladies and gentlemen. Getting in there just before James and Pedro. Cool things elite. Vote for Pedro at 52, like Mr. LeFew. What you gonna do? Looking for 53, 55, because we can't drive. 55. Coming to James Warner, ladies and gentlemen, going once. Cool things and Jeff trying to get in there, but Warner in the lead at 55, going twice. Guys, vote for Pedro at 56. Cool things at 57, ladies and gentlemen. We got a battle going on, going once. Cool things in the lead. Pedro at 58, my friends. Back and forth. Snopage. Keep your heads down, going once again to Cool Things at 60, ladies and gentlemen. Cool Things in the lead, going once. What's up, Mike Pallet? How you doing, my friend? I'm hanging in there. Who's playing drums, Raven? You mean that banging in the back? That's the wife. Last call for Mr. Alcohol. Pedro is out to Cool Things. All in. Fair warning. This bad coin is sold. To Cool Things for $60. Congratulations, Cool Things. Nice. But I think the better of the drummers, and if you're asking me about Guns N' Roses with Matt Sorensen, they stole him away from the Cult. I was pretty mad about that because I'm a huge fan of the Cult. I love their music. All right. Next one of those 1994 Mexican 10 Nuevo Pesos. These things are pretty cool, man. Try my best to get some more in the future. I don't see them that often. And a lot of times they're really beat up. Silver Chupacabra, the Cult rules. Heck yeah. Starting bid on this is $40. Good luck. What's up, Jungle Marine? Good to see you. I toured with the Cult on the west coast of BC. Nice, Steve Herrera. Joe Overlee coming in at 40, ladies and gentlemen. Joe bringing us the George. But James Warner dropping the bomb at 50. You dropped the bomb on me, baby. Going once to James at 50. Looking for 51. Going twice. Last call from Mr. Al. Key. Hall, ladies and gentlemen. Especialo 1. How you doing? All right, all in. Fair warning. This bad coin is sold. to James Warner for 50. Congratulations, James, and thank you very much at the same time. All right, Werner. I think we have one more of those 10 pesos up for grabs tonight, a little later in the show. Next item up, my friends, we have a 1959. Can I add that to the Wounded Warrior Project? You sure tootin', brother. That's awesome, man. Thank you, James. So, Wounded Warrior Project. Matter of fact, I've had some stuff mailed to me. One of them's an 1891 Carson City, guys. It is absolutely beautiful. And you know what, guys? Because of that, that is such a cool thing for James to do. I'm going to add to the midstream giveaway a uncirculated 1961 Denver quarter to say thank you for adding to the Wounded Warrior Project giveaway. It's something that I've been a part of for quite a while now. And I'm very, very proud to be a part of it. So we will add this quarter to the midstream giveaway that's coming up in just a few lots. After lot number 12, that'll go with that little shoe. All right, so right here, 1959 D over D repunch mint mark BU. I'm sorry I don't have the scope fixed perfectly. I can turn it on and we'll get the glitchiness, but that glitchiness is going to be fixed. That's something that I announced earlier this evening. So let me show you real quick, if you guys don't mind the flickering. Right there is the D. You can see how it looks like it's stretched out. That is a repunched mint mark. I hear my little man having fun back there. And you can see at the very tip of it, that extra roundness right there at the tip, that's the second D. Alright, so, but the invisible scope will be fixed next week, guys. AG, first time on one of my live streams. Well, welcome to the nest, my friend. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. I remember Habitat for Humanities. What's up, Grayson Monks? Holy cow, man. Good to see you. All right, so on the double dot or the repunch mint mark, I don't have a reserve, and we're gonna start the bid off at $1. Good luck, my friends. Good luck. Good to see Emil here. Invisible River Ranch. CM Silver. Grayson Monk starting us off at 6. Joe Overly at 10. Pedro trying to get in there, but Joe in the lead. Gary S. in the nest at 11. Yeah, Grayson Monks has been around for a long time. Jack Covert coming in at 17 with the George, ladies and gentlemen. Nope, you can be a part of it, AG. There's 4 different ways. One of the mods will put that up for you. Steve LaPointe coming in at 18 with the snow. Jack Covert at 21, trying to get it done. Going once, my friends. Jack Covert in the lead at 21. Going twice. Guys, buy up gold and silver coming in at 22. What you gonna do? Going once. Jack Covert in the lead. Going twice. Jack Covert at 23, ladies and gentlemen. Looking for 24, going once. What's up, teacher? Going twice. Teacher 1388 in the nest. Going once. Going twice. Buy up at 25. Last call for Mr. Alcohol. Covert coming in at 26, ladies and gentlemen, going once. Jack Covert in the lead, going twice. Buy up coming back at 28. AG, no problem, my friend. There's different ways to do it. If somebody knows you in chat, they can back your name. Going once to buy up. Covert coming back on the attack again at 29. Going once. Eric A coming in at 30, ladies and gentlemen, with the George. Covert at 31. Buy up trying to get in there. Covert just a little bit quicker. Looking for 32. Going once. Going twice. Last call, ladies and gentlemen. Jack Covert at 31. Will we hit 32? You just never know. All in. Fair warning. Warning. This bad dime is going to be sold to Jack Covert for 32, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, what a battle, guys. You guys have been kicking butt. Donate to the Wounded Warrior Project, says Jack Covert, everybody. Holy cow. Let me double check, make sure he got it. Yeah, oh, Eric A. just barely missed it. But this will go to the Wounded Warrior Project as well. So, Jack Covert WWP. Thank you, Jack. I appreciate that, brother. That's very nice of you, man. Let's see. You guys are going to make me broke if you keep donating to the Wounded Warrior Project. Let me see what I got here. Oh, I know what I can do. I can do something cool. Hold on a second. How about a piece of currency from Afghanistan? We're going to add that to the middle of the stream giveaway. I do not have any idea how much this note is worth. I've had it for a while. I thought it was cool when I bought it. So the midstream giveaway is now 3 items. Jack Covert at 31. That's great. Create Craft. Thank you, brother. You guys keep me honest. Grayson Monks, congratulations on your engagement. Never a stress, brother. No pressure. You don't have to buy. You're able to come and hang out. And if you get some goodies, cool. If not, no stress. 1884 PCS slabbed and certified at an MS62 in the OGH green holder, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that beautiful cartwheeling going on. That is a cool coin, to say the least. And a little bit better date. I do have a reserve on that one at $70. I think that's pretty fair. So good luck, my friends. Good luck. Guys, Roy Boy dropping the bomb, coming in at 77, ladies and gentlemen. Gator Train Chaser coming in at 80. Looking for 81 to get her done. Going once to Gator Train. Gator Train in the lead at 80. Looking for 81. Do we hear 81? Going twice. Gator Train in the lead. J-Dog is the OGH of the nest. Guys, Frank Mons with a $20 super chat for the Keep Raven from Growing Broke Fund. Thank you, brother. That's too generous, man. I really do appreciate that, Frank. Last call from Mr. Al. Key. Ha, ha, ha. All right, guys. Gator Train Chaser in the lead at $80. Looking for 81. Do we hear 81? All in. Fair warning. This bad coin is sold to Gator Train Chaser for 80. Thank you, Gator Train. Good to see you, man. All right, so Gator Train. Very cool. Next item up, we're on to lot number 9. has kids. Johnny T, yes, we forget Raven has kids, a wife, large hungry dogs to feed, a mortgage. Just saying. Thanks, Johnny T. All right. 1939 MS-66 red Omaha Bank Hoard Lincoln Wheat Cent, ladies and gentlemen. Very cool. I think I say all my coins are cool. I'm a little I tend to like my stuff a little more than I think I should. Peppa's doing good. She was here at the beginning of the show. All right, starting bid on the beautiful penny, just $1. Joe Overly, thank you, brother. You're not bad yourself. Shinbone 5,000 coming in at 28. Looking for 29. To be doing fine. Vote for Pedro coming in at 30, ladies and gentlemen, with the Snopage and a George. Shinbone at 31. Eric A says he'll give me $1.10. Renegade at 32, ladies and gentlemen. Buy up gold and silver at 33. Shinbone trying to get in there, but buy up in the lead. Renegade coming back at 35. Pedro trying to get in there. Shinbone at 36 in the mix, ladies and gentlemen. Another Snope. You just never know. Renegade at 37. Looking for 38. Shinbone at 38 going once. Shinbone in the lead. Do we hear 39? Renegade says, I got 39. Now we're looking for 40. Shinbone at 40, ladies and gentlemen. Shinbone in the lead at 40. Looking for 41. Going once. Renegade coming back on the attack, my friend. Shinbone and Renegade going at Shinbone. Coming back with a mini bomb. Dropping the bomb on us at 45. Renegade says, wait a second. I got 46, mister. Looking for 47. Shinbone says, I ain't backing down. Looking for 48. Do we hear 48, my friends? Shinbone in the lead. Renegade at 48. Looking for 49. Shinbone coming back at 50, ladies and gentlemen. Look out, says Brother Doug. Duck, says James Warner. The shells are flying. Going once. Shinbone at 50. Renegade still not backing down at 51, ladies and gentlemen. Going once again. Looking for 52 like we're Mr. LeFew. Going twice. Guys, Shinbone coming in at 55 because he can't drive. 55. Renegade coming in at 56. The war is waging on. Shinbone at 57. Eric A was in there, but just a little bit quicker on the draw was Shinbone. Renegade at 58. Shinbone at 60. Holy snikes, ladies and gentlemen. Shinbone in the lead at 60. Looking for 61. Going once. Keyboard's gonna break, says Renegade. Going once again, ladies and gentlemen, to 61 to Renegade. Looking for 62. Going twice. Renegade in the lead. Shinbone at 65 and staying alive. Going going once, my friends. Eric A at 66 in the mix. Looking for 67. Renegade is out. Eric A in the lead at 66. Going twice. Eric A kicking butt. Shinbone says, I'm not done. 67 going once. 67 in the lead for Shinbone. 5,000 looking for 68. Going twice. The keyboard is smoking, says Doug Wagner. Raven's going to run out of air. Last call. Call for Mr. Alcohol. Shinbone at 67. Shinbone in the lead, all in. Fair warning. Warning. This bad coin is going to be sold to Shinbone. 5,000 for 67. Holy cow, guys. What a battle. Renegade was in there for quite a while. Shinbone holding on. Eric A tried to get it in there, but Shinbone said he won't back down. Whew. Excuse me just a second, ladies and gentlemen. Let me take a quick... Right on. Tell Miss Covert I said hello too. Appreciate her. I hope you guys had an awesome day on her birthday, man. That was really cool. All right. Next one up, ladies and gentlemen, we have an 1868 2-cent XF brown. I'm sorry, not red brown, brown. We're going to turn on the scope real quick, even though it's usually acts up. Look at that. It's not acting up. We don't got no... Oh, as soon as I said it, it did that. But here we go. Here's the front, the obverse, 1868. You can see the full motto. For those of you that don't know, with the 2-cent pieces, that "we" being in the motto is very important on the grading. That is the highest spot on the coin and the first thing to wear out. And what's up, Christopher Sherman? Yeah, it's definitely listening, huh? But we're going to get a better video card and it'll fix it. And here is the reverse, the 2 cents. Beautiful, beautiful coin. All right. Let me get the details on it. I do have a reserve on this one at $60. It's worth substantially higher. But I got a good deal, so I'm passing the good deal on to you guys as well. Good luck, my friends. Good luck. All right, guys. Silver Chupacabra coming in at $60. Silver Chup knows what he's looking at. 62 to Darren Wilkinson. Mustang Dave dropping the bomb on us at 75. Ladies and gentlemen, Mustang Dave with a serious bid. Silver Chup trying to come back in there. Mustang just dropping the bomb. Going once to Silver Chupacabra at 77, ladies and gentlemen. Holy Peppa, says Brother Doug. Darren Wilkinson says, really, Mustang Dave? Really? Going twice. Silver Chupacabra in the lead. Mustang Dave says, hi, everyone. Last call for Mr. Alcohol. Silver Chup in the lead at 77. Looking for 78. Do we hear it? Will it get there? You just never know, but... Scorpio says, I got 78 with the George. Scorpio in the lead. Silver Chupacabra coming in at 80. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the underwater auctioneer here on RavenHawk Coins. Looking for 81. Silver Chupacabra in the lead. Going once. Scorpio in the lead going at 81. Going to Silver Chup at 82. Going once. Yeah, Renegade, I'm a goofy guy. Oh, guys, Eric A. at 88. Hidden for review. Thank you, Create Craft. Now we're looking for 89. Going once to Eric A. at 88. Underwater, come up for air. Silver Chup at 90. I knew RavenHawk was from Atlanta, says vote for Pedro. Going once to Silver Chup at 90. Looking for 91. Ladies and gentlemen, going twice. Scorpio is out. Chupacabra in the lead. Last call for Mr. Al. Key. Hall, ladies and gentlemen. Silver Chupacabra at $90. Do we hear 91? He said, well, so much for the shock and awe. He is out. We have lost the Mustang Dave. All in. Fair warning. This bad coin is sold to Silver Chupacabra for 90. Yeah, Eric A., I agree with you. I think that them blocking certain numbers is kind of dumb. You know, I mean, they're numbers. Now, if somebody was just doing the same numbers over and over, I would understand, you know, a blockage that way, but it's really kind of a strange thing that they're worried on YouTube about people using 69 or 88, and you know. But hey, what do you do? Okay, next item up, ladies and gentlemen, from the 2017 Denver A&A. This is the enhanced, uncirculated, and this is a SP70 PCGS slabbed and certified Kennedy, ladies and gentlemen. That thing is pretty cool. Invisible River Ranch, yes, that is exactly what it is, but you know, I mean, but people could argue also that you know, coins aren't necessarily YouTube's format either, so I mean, I guess I can't really stay mad at them. All right, so the Kennedy A&A Denver show from 2017. I don't have a reserve. We're going to start it off at $1. YouTube not fans of Earnhardt, says Frank Mons. Oh, that's funny. The fact that it was a 64 or it's not a 64 or 65 was a selling point. Joe Overly coming in at 5, ladies and gentlemen. Joe at 5, Jeff at 10. Spectrum is still cheap as heck for me, says Jack Covert. James Warner at 15. LeFew at 18, ladies and gentlemen. We got the George working in. Jeff coming in at 20 with the snow. Had an Earnhardt biker leather jacket from the 90s. Still in good shape. Wear it out now and then. Ty McFadden. There you go. Guys, Darren Wilkinson at 20. Chapo, I think if you only put 8 with nothing else is why it does it. Guys, buy up gold and silver at 22. LeFew at 24. LeFew in the lead at 24. Looking for 25. Oh, Invisible River Ranch, I'm going to have that other scope sent out to you real soon too, brother. I apologize for the delay. Going once. Buy up at 25, ladies and gentlemen. Going once. Going twice. Chapo, I don't know why it blocks it for some and not for others then. That's really weird. Guys, Michael LeFew coming in at 29. Going once. LeFew in the lead at 29. Going twice. Gary S. in the nest at 30, ladies and gentlemen. Going once. Gary S. at 30, looking for 31. Going twice. Yeah, I'm supposed to be getting that done maybe Sunday, maybe. But definitely next week. Joe Overly said he was going to help me out. Mike LeFew at 31. Jeff trying to get in there, looking at 32. Eric A at 33, ladies and gentlemen. Eric A in the lead at 33, looking for 34, going once. Going twice. Gary S in the nest at 34, looking for 35. Going once. Gary S in the lead. Going twice. Michael LeFew is out. Last call. Gary S in the nest at 34. All in. Fair warning. This bad coin is sold to Gary S in the nest for 34. Thank you, Gary. All right, we're going to do our giveaway here after lot number 12. Right? Because I have 22, 23. Actually, we'll do it after lot number 13, guys. So 2 more lots, and then we'll do a giveaway. I don't have any numbers blocked, Joe. I don't do that. All right, here we go. 1994 Mexico Nuevo Peso 10. This is the last of the ones that I have up for grabs tonight. Reserve on that bag boy is $40. Good luck, my friends. Oh, the user typing it. Huh. Guys, Gary S. coming in at 45. Eric says it's just YouTube being YouTube. Joe Overly at 46 in the mix, ladies and gentlemen. Joe in the lead at 46, looking for 47. Going once. Joe Overly in the lead at 46, going twice. What's up, Fat Baxter? Good to see you, my friend. Last call for Mr. Al. Key. Ho, 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 ho. Joe Overly at 46. All in. Fair warning. This bad coin is sold to Joe Overly for 46, ladies and gentlemen. Congrats, Joe. All right. If you tell Nightbot it's a petty bot and a good boy, you can type almost anything. A pretty bot. That's funny. All right. Lot number 13, and then we'll do our giveaway. This is a 1933 Balboa, ladies and gentlemen. 1933 quarter Balboa. 90% silver. It's XFAU. I think I have it listed as... Let me see what because it still has cart wine. I have it at XF Plus. I have a reserve on it at 35. You can still see the cartwheel on it, which is nice to have luster. Truth Seeker 67, how you doing? Good luck, my friends. Good luck. I have T-Mobile, and then I have some other company. SF Kimrush, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. All right, the quarter Balboa, hard year to get, 1933. Not seeing anybody jumping on it. I really think it's more of an AU. Guys, we got Jeff coming in at 35, going once. Jungle Marine coming in at 38, going once. Jungle Marine in the lead at 38, going twice, looking for 39. Jungle Marine in the lead, last call for Mr. Al. Key. Ho, 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 ho. Jungle Marine at 38. James Warner coming in with the George at 40, ladies and gentlemen. Going once to James, looking for 41. Going twice. A sleeper, says Eric A. Last call. James in the lead at 40. Jungle Marine is out. All in. Fair warning. This bad coin is sold to James Warner for $40. Thank you, James. Thank you, Jungle Marine. All right, James Warner. Very cool. So now we're going to do our midstream giveaway. We've got multiple items. Send it to Jungle Marine, he says. Nice. All right. He says, send it to Jungle Marine, Semper Fi. Always faithful. Well, you guys know how I am. Let's see here. How about this? I've had this sitting on my desk for a while. It's a very nicely toned 38 Denver MS63 Plus. It's a red brown. It's a gorgeous coin. We'll add that to all the goodies that we have for the midstream right here. For everybody giving each other some love. You know how I am. I really like when I see you guys help each other out, especially when you're helping out the Wounded Warrior Project, or you're doing, veteran to veteran or friend to friend. Let me turn on the night bot. Guys, T-Rep Adventures just subscribed. Welcome to the nest, T-Rep. All right, let's get this party started here. All right, guys. What's up, Zeke? Good to see you, brother. All right, I'll be back. Good luck, my friends. Good luck. What's that? Is that chicken? Oh, yeah? Where'd you go? Brahms? Oh, homemade. Oh, look out. Oh, it's Costco. Tax, but I couldn't get a real bite. I got all breading. What? I got all breading. Guess on where? Thank you, Nugget. Oh, that's good. All right. Ooh, double bacon cheeseburger, jalapeno, and pepper jack. Brahms has a really good. Guys, Frank Mons with a $10 super chat. Just sneaking this one by Raven while he's gone. Thanks, Frank. You're awesome, dude. All right, let's see who the winner is. In 3, 2, 1. Boom! Robert Egan, congratulations, my friend. Robert Egan, you are the winner. Make sure that you send us an email with your address. What's up, Edward Lee? Oh, man. My wife bought some chicken from Costco. It's really good. All right. Heck yeah, Robert. Johnny T, did I get anything in the mail from Virginia? Oh, I know what Johnny T's trying to hijack us, guys. Yes, Johnny, I got something from you in the mail. Hold on a second here. Let me grab that. Hold on a second, guys. I'll be right in there getting something. I forgot about it. It was sitting on the table, so I just got to make sure there's nothing personal in the way. But I had meant to open this up at the show for y'all. Oh. So Johnny T always goes above and beyond around certain holidays. And this one, I thought Johnny sent me something once, but I was wrong. It wasn't ticking. So there's his little boo, and then he does this. He's got his dog and his family and trick or treat, and then Miss Raven and me. So that's very cool. Matter of fact, I have a Johnny T thing from 4th of July hanging behind me. And this one will go on the other side. And be hung up. All right. So let's get into the rest of the auction here. We got lot number 14. This is a nice coin here. 1908 Barber. It's just dark. I'm going to turn on the invisible scope again. But you can see their full Liberty and everything. Very nice coin. That is the obverse. And then here is the reverse. And that is up for grabs. I have a reserve at 145 on it. I'm giving it a VF grade. And that's pretty lenient. Good luck, my friends. Good luck. Shinbone coming in at 145 with the George, ladies and gentlemen. Going once. Johnny, we appreciate you, brother. Going twice. Last call, looking for 150. Shinbone about to get a sweet deal. All in. Fair warning. This bad bag coin is going to be sold to Shinbone for 145. That's a heck of a deal. Good job. But I've told you guys, when I get a good deal on stuff, I give you guys a good deal as well. I try to do the best I can to still, you know, of course, turn a little profit because this is a business, but I don't squeeze every penny out of you. And that's another reason why you guys don't see me doing a lot of commercial type stuff for companies. I get a lot of emails asking me, you know, hey, sign up and we'll pay you money to pump our stuff. And I only do it if I think it's a cool product. And I haven't found very many. 85 PCS slabbed and certified MS63 Morgan silver dollar up next. No problem, Darren. You know, I'm just not a greedy guy. 85 bucks on the Morgan. And you know, it's one of those things where honesty and integrity, transparency comes through because it's really what we need to do. I'm sorry for those on the vertical display that I'm not getting the coin in the right place half the time. Guys, Roy Boy coming in at 85. Eric A at 90. Thank you, guys. James Werner says respect. Cool Thing says it goes a long way. Yep. Going once. Going twice. Last call for Mr. Alcohol, ladies and gentlemen. Eric A in the lead at 90. A big shout out to Mike Sampson. All in. Fair warning. This bad coin is sold to Eric A for 90. Will you be doing anything here around the release of the Arizona Goldback? Ty McFadden, unfortunately, no. You know, if you guys want me to get some for you, I can get them from the shop. But I haven't said anything publicly about stuff. I think it's a good product, but some things just didn't come about the way that I thought they should. And so I really have just kind of steered away from Goldback as far as promoting it. But I still think it's a good product. I still think it has value in our society and everything. You know, it's just sometimes things don't work out the way you think they're going to. All right, here we go. We have from Venezuela, the 1973 Simon Bolivar. And this is the 10 Bolivares. This is a cool coin. Matter of fact, my boss at the shop, who's seen just about everything, said he had never seen this one before. So I was glad to get my hands on something he hadn't seen. But I'm not going to say anything, you know, negative. It's just things just didn't really happen the way that I thought they should happen. But if you guys want some Arizona Goldbacks, I'm sure we could figure something out. All right. Reserve on this is $50. Very cool. It's BU. It's got some toning on it. It is silver. And it's a heavy beast. The ones I looked up were substantially higher. This is 30 grams of 90%. So just under an ounce of 90% silver. Guys, vote for Pedro coming in with the George at 50. Jeff at 53. LeFew trying to get in there. Jeff in the lead at 53. Now we're looking for 54. Dewey here, 54, going once. Going twice. Jeff in the lead. Michael LeFew says he can't drive 55. Going once. Going twice. Last call for Mr. Alcohol. All right, my friends, all in. Fair warning. Warning. This bad coin is sold to Michael LeFew for 55. The gold back UV light hurts my eyes, says Scorpio. That's funny. Thank you, Michael. I think I'm going to need to get a cough drop here in a second, guys. I'm having a hard time breathing. $19.53. Half Balboa. BU. This thing is a stunner, my friends. Got a couple little B spots on the side with the dude, but that thing is absolutely a beast. Yeah, there was nice giveaways, that's for sure. You know, but it's unfortunate, and it's like if I get into it too much, then I start saying things that I might, you know, start getting a little bit negative. I want to stay positive for you guys. We'll start the bid on this one at $1, guys. Good luck, everybody. Yeah, I love Balboas. I think Balboas are cool. Guys, American Patriot coming in at 20. Zeke Rodriguez at 25. Thank you. Appreciate it. Jeff coming in at 27. Miss Raven got me a cough drop. Gary S. at 28. Guys, I should show you this because if you have issues, guys, vote for Pedro coming in at 30. Any issues when you're sick and you want to be able to breathe? I found these Vicks. I'm not sponsored or paid for this. Vicks VapoCool is unbelievable. It literally opens up your sinuses. I can actually breathe. Vasco the Dude Balboa, says Ty McFadden. All right, American Patriot at 31, going once. Looking for 32. But that is the best cough drop I've ever found. You can hear I can already breathe. A minute ago, I couldn't even barely get anything in. Going twice. Yeah, Vicks came out with their own cough drop. I've seen them at Walmart quite a bit. Yep, the menthol definitely opens you up, Eric A. All right, American Patriot at 31. All in. Fair warning. This bad coin is sold to American Patriot for 31. All right. Thank you, American Patriot. Yeah, Eric A., I do not take very many of these. I might eat like 1 or 2 a day when I'm sick, because I have noticed that before when I was taking them a little more frequently, and it wasn't working as well. But when you space them out, it works pretty nice. All right, lot number 18 feels like something heavy here. Oh yes, we have the 1922 Peace Dollar MS63 NGC slabbed and certified. My box came today. Thank you so much. Nice, James Warner. Cool. Oh, I love jalapenos. Jalapenos are my go-to. All right. Reserve on this is at 55. Good luck, everybody. Good luck. That's funny. Johnny T. Guys, James Warner coming in at 55. Edward Lee and LeFew in there, but Warner quickest. Edward Lee at 56. Looking for 57. Yeah, Christopher, this one I was really impressed on the 63. I kind of think this one, a 64 might have been more appropriate, to be honest. But you know how they are. Guys, buy up gold and silver at 60 going once. Looking for 61 going twice. Roy Boy coming in with a bomb at 67. Going once. Going twice. I like Kung Pao chicken. Grader was having a bad day. Guys, buy up at 68. Looking for 69. Going once. Going twice. Buy up gold and silver in the lead. Last call from Mr. Al. Key. Roy Boy coming in at 70, ladies and gentlemen. Going once. Yeah, going twice. Ty McFadden has a good point that the strikes were really weak. Last call from Mr. Al. Key. Ho, ho, ho. Roy Boy in the lead. All in. Fair warning. This bad coin is sold to Roy Boy for $70. Thank you, Roy. Oh, what the heck? All right, Roy Boy. My screen changed on me there for a second. I had to change it. Guys, we have another subscriber. A Arya Nur Sarifa. Well, thank you for subscribing, my friend. All right. I don't know why, but some reason the channel seems to be really popular in India, of all places, which is kind of cool. I like having an international audience. Okay, next item up is 2 coins together, ladies and gentlemen. We have a 1939 BU from Mexico and one from 44. They're 50 centavos. The 44 is darn near proof. Like, you can see the frostiness and the overall quality is just higher. But they're both at least BU. Very cool. Let me get this description. I think the set together is worth about 50. T-Rep Adventures. How you doing? It must be the goatee. Renegade says, I heard Raven gets around. That's funny. Starting bid on this pair, we'll say $1 and see what happens. Yeah, I think so too. American Patriot coming in at 35. What's up, Doug Harding? American Patriot in the lead. Joe Overly coming in at 36, ladies and germs. Joe Overly in the lead. T-Rep Adventures saying hello to the group. American Patriot at 37. Round, round, get around, I get around. Get around. Woo! I get around. Do. Buy up gold and silver at 40. Looking for 41. Going once. Round, round, get around. I get around. Yeah, get around. Woo, woo. I can't do the high pitch right now while I'm sick. All right. Last call from Mr. Al. Key. Hall, ladies and gentlemen. Buy up gold and silver at 40. About to get a pretty good deal. All in. Fair warning. This bad set is sold. To buy up gold and silver for 40 bucks. Congratulations, my friend. You're going to like that 44. That thing is gorgeous, man. All right. Oh, that hurt. I just smacked my finger. This one is one of the coolest ones that I've seen. I didn't know the story, but from what I understand is the King of Spain, they called this the baby king. He actually became king when he was quite young, because here is the coin from 1891. And this goes up in different, as he aged, it goes up. This also has a rotated die. It's 5 pesetas. I forgot to put rotated die on here. Let me add that. But this one is in really nice condition. It still has luster. You know, pretty cool. XF Plus. I got a good deal, and I have a reserve at 80. If you look these coins up, they go for ridiculous money. But, you know. Oh, Bulgaria had a Child King too. Cool. But I've got it for 80 bucks. And I do a little bit of undergrading, guys. I'll say something's XF45. It could be AU all day long. But I think this one is pretty cool. CM Silver coming in with the George. Yes, Eric A. It's from Spain. It's 90% silver. Going once to CM. Going twice. Alan Hall, y'all. CM's about to be a happy man. Last call. CM's a good dude. He deserves some of these good deals, guys, because this is another really good one. All in. Fair warning. This bad coin is sold. To CM Silver for 80 bucks. That is the smoking deal of the night, my friends. CM will tell you. He's a happy dude, I'm sure. See, CM's got the face of like, holy cow, I can't believe I got it for that. I'm telling you guys, I got a killer deal and I passed it on. Sometimes I'm not trying to, like I said many times, I'm not trying to squeeze you guys. Here we go, 74S MS67 Silver Ike 40%er. Worth about 40 bucks in this condition. On this one, I do have to have, I'll say starting bid at 25. Leaves quite a bit of meat on the bone for that coin. James Warner coming in with the George at 30, ladies and gentlemen. James in the lead. Wilkinson tried to get in there, but James in the lead at 30 going once. Looking for at least 31 to get her done. Buy up gold and silver at 33. Wayne Lynn trying to get in. Eric A. dropping the bomb, ladies and gentlemen. Holy smokes. Going once at 50. Going twice. Wayne Lynn was in there at 35, and Eric A. just said, I got 50. Last call from Mr. Alcohol. Eric A. in the lead. All in. The ground under my chair shook. Fair warning. This bad coin is sold. To Eric A. for $50. All right. You guys know T-Rep? Yeah, I already dropped the hammer, T-Rep. I'm sorry. But also, does anybody know him? What's up, G-Love G? Because if not, you got to be registered. Silver Wishes says T-Rip is okay. All right, so Silver Wishes says it's okay. I'm good with that. So, T-Rip, you're good to go. All right, let's turn on the flashing. Here we go, 1916D Barber Quarter. Look at how nice this thing is, guys. The full Liberty, nice full face, all the features. Really just a solid quarter. The reverse, very nice. There's your Denver mint mark. And just think, next week we will have that fixed. All right, reserve on this coin is at 65. Good luck, my friends. Thank you, Wolf Tracks. I appreciate that, guys. So, yeah, T-Rep is good to go. What's up, Ron Pierce? How you doing, brother? Cool things. Thank you, bro. All right. James Warner coming in at 65 with the George. Yeah, I can't wait, Invisible River Ranch. Going once. What's up, Perry? Going twice. Perry Custom Cards in the nest. Last call. I enjoyed your video, Raven. Great info. Thank you, Silver Wishes. If you guys don't know, we just put out a Coin Shop Talk video today where we talked about United States quarters from the cap bust all the way up to the Washington. All right, all in. Fair warning. This bad coin is sold to James Warner for 65. Yeah, anything. So here's the thing, guys. I would really love you guys to go check out that new video. Because one of the things we talked about is with the barber quarters is people didn't really like the quarter that much. And so it was highly circulated. Makes it a more difficult to find for the quarter and the $half to find really good graded ones. And when you do, oh my God, do they get expensive. Have to check out your new vid after the stream. Thank you, Renegade. James Warner says, thanks, everyone. I'm keeping this one. Smart man. All right, next one up, we have a seated Liberty quarter from 1877. And unfortunately, I did not catch that little scratch right there when I bought the coin. I just looked at it with my eyes, not my scope or a loop, which, you know, when you don't look at your stuff through a loop, you're taking a risk. But it's still a nice coin. It's still worth about 55, 60 bucks. I got a reserve on it for 45. Good luck, my friends. Renegade's go. Renegade's got a bunch of whatnot stuff. Nice. That a die crack under the... You know what? Let me see. Under the ribbon on the obverse. Not that I see. All right, we got Gary S. at 46. Oh, yeah. It's from the D to the ribbon. From the D in United, there's a little crack across. Guys, Edward Lee at 47, looking for 48. Going once. Going twice. What's up, John Camper? James Barron, how you doing? Last call for Mr. Alki Hall. Edward Lee. All in. Fair warning. This bad coin is sold. What's up, Pep? To Edward Lee for 47. Hi, sweetie pie. You want to come up and say hi? You want to say hello? Well, hold on. Let me get this stuff out of the way. Boy, you're a demanding dog. All right. No black eyes or busted chops, okay? Come here. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. Hi. Hi. There's the Pep. The Pep. Look at that. Everybody loves you. Look at all those blue circles. Those are for you, Peppa. As everybody loves you. You're so pretty. Oh, what happened to your eye? You and Stacker got to be careful. You guys fight too much. Are you going to go play? I'll be done in just a little bit. And we'll give you some pettings. Okay? I know you're liking your raw diet. Huh? All right, good girl. Go on. Yeah, she's a good dog. She's very sweet. Yeah, no headbutts tonight, thank goodness. She's giving me a black eye. She's chipped one of my teeth. I mean, what's a RavenHawk stream without injury? All right. Next item up, we have the last of the Japanese bars up for the night. This is the 37 through 68 Samurai, the bigger one. Lot number 24. And I will do the same thing I did earlier. I put the reserve on these to actually 40, not 50. And we'll see what happens. Good luck, everybody. Yeah, still a slight cold, brother. Oh, yeah, the couple days ago, it was kicking my butt, man. Overly at 41, Warner at 45. Vote for Pedro trying to get in there, but Jack Covert in the lead at 50, ladies and gentlemen. Covert in the lead at 50, looking for 51. Going once. Guys, vote for Pedro coming in at 52 with the pew pew pew. Going once, looking for 53 like we're Johnny T. Jeff can't drive 55, ladies and gentlemen. Jeff in the lead. Pedro at 56. Werner trying to get in there. Pedro in the lead. All right. Vote for Pedro. Going twice at 56. Looking for 57. Last call from Mr. Alki Hall. Vote for Pedro in the lead at 56. All in. Fair warning. Warning. This bad coin is going to be sold to vote for Pedro for 56. Congratulations, brother. Now, knowing Pedro, he's going to say, give it to the Wounded Warriors, but you never know. Sometimes he keeps one or two here and there, which he actually deserves to do, because if you guys really understood how much work and time he puts into the thing, it's insane. Alan Portland, I have had platinum a couple times in auction before, and it's been a while. I don't see very much platinum at the shops. You know, it's one of those things. But Vote for Pedro works his rear end off, and he does a lot of selfless work, and he puts a lot of his own money into the coins that are being auctioned off. It actually blows my mind when him and I talk, and I know how much work he actually does. It's like, holy cow. Ah, that's for her. Cool. Vote for Pedro. Well, I put it in the box. That's awesome, brother. Okay. Okay, so there's the cartwheel. I don't know why I couldn't get the cartwheel in the video. So earlier today, I couldn't get this thing to cartwheel properly. I don't know why. But now it's doing fine. But you know what? It's been a really cool night. There's been a lot of good stuff given away and added to people's stuff. So, in the nature of fun, there's our end of stream, guys. Wow, T-Rep wanted the Ike. Well, T-Rep, I will get more Eisenhowers in for you, my friend. But when I drop the hammer, that's the thing. And I didn't know that you were backed by everybody in the stream like you are. So going forward, T-Rep, you're totally good to go. Look forward to having you in future shows, and I will definitely get my hands on some more Ikes and whatnot. What's up, David McGowan? All right, so let's do the end of stream extreme giveaway. We're talking, ladies and gentlemen, a perfect Silver Eagle, MS-70, and a BU Peace Dollar going together. Let me turn on the night bot for you guys. And I will be back in just a couple minutes. So good luck, my friends. Good luck. All right. I'll be right back. All right, ladies and germs. We're going to see who the winner is here in just a second. And 3, 2, 1. Booyah. KJ in Ohio, ladies and gentlemen. KJ just won $100 plus of stuff in Ohio. Congratulations to KJ in Ohio. All right. Big shout out to Create Craft. Remember, it's his birthday. So thank you, brother, for being here on your birthday. That really means a lot, man. Excuse me. All the mods, Doug Wagner, Johnny T, Frank Mons, Mustang Dave, CM Silver, Vote for Pedro, American Patriot, J-Dog, LA Point, Teacher 1388, Mustang Dave, Invisible River Ranch, Joe Must Be, Johnny T. Anybody I missed, I apologize. And everybody that bought something tonight, thank you as well. That is Joe Overly, Scorpio, Jeff, Vote for Pedro, Cool Things, James Warner, Jack Covert, Gator Train Chaser, Shinbone 5000, Silver Chupacabra, Gary S., Eric A., Michael LaFew, American Patriot, Roy Boy, Buy Up Gold and Silver, CM Silver, and Edward Lee. Thank you guys very much. Guys, Renegade with a $10 super chat. Thank you, brother. Vicks Vapo Cool on me. Thanks, man. I appreciate you very much. All right, guys, we'll see you again here in the very near future. I'm going to be at a coin show the next couple days. Monday is the 250th birthday of the Marine Corps. Celebrate America, says Jungle Marine. All right, guys. You're welcome, Chad Brookman. Thank you, brother. Thank you, everybody. And like always, make sure to take care of one another, and we'll see you real soon. RavenHawk Coins, have a great day.